Thank you so much. Myself, Dr. Siva Prasad Panda. I am looking ahead of the environment and sustainability. Here we are basically focusing on one of the topic is that social responsibility and integrating our business towards the social responsibility. I think everybody we are aware about our responsibility to society. And day to day, you know, the corporate social responsibility, why corporate, why not individual social responsibility also much more contributing and value added to your organizations. So there are so many things involved in the corporate social responsibility, as well as you see how it is impact and powerful tool of the S, not only inside of your factory, but also outside of the greater communities also. So S is the ESG and CSR. So both cases S is there. S is the most impact and powerful tool of your sustainable business. So mindful, and here we will discuss. And my panelist here, Mr. Chetan Wagmare, Head CSR and Lead CSR Ultratech Cement, Rajashree Cement Work, and Madam Anuja S. Sangmi, Founder Emerald Sustainable Foundation, and Mr. Krishna Mohan Devi, Senior Director and Head CSR Science Limited, so Hyderabad. So actually we have to discuss here our panelists, and we'll listen how they are impactfully implemented, and also giving feedback about the strategic and integrated role of the business toward the sustainability. And I will ask to Mr. Chetan, can you describe how your organization transition about the CSR from a side initiatives to a core component of their business model without compromising the profitability?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I think this is a very important question. Probably most of the companies will have to answer for this, because nowadays companies are looking at the CSR not as a compliance but as a strategic move. So we at Ultratech Cement, Rajashree Cement Works, we do not believe in working in isolation in a business. But for a CSR to move from side initiative to core competent business, I think there should be three very important roles that we'll have to incorporate into our activities. One is that CSR alignment with the business ecosystem. When I'm talking about business ecosystem, we not only the Ultratech Cement or the Rajashree Cement, but most of the production companies, wherever they are present, they actually impact the local community with land use, water consumption, and environment. So for the production companies, most of the CSR activities will majorly focus more on water conservation, environment and sustainability development, livelihood opportunities, creating livelihood opportunities, and creating self-employment for the nearby youth. And all these activities are not beyond their the geographical area, but they actually implement all these activities within their geographical area, because since they are using the natural resources from the local level, so this CSR becomes a very strategic move for them to give back to the society. So in that way, what we do is like aligning CSR activities into our core business. So we focus more on health, education, livelihood, and employment generation. So that becomes very important for the production companies. The other thing is that moving from philanthropy to a shared value. So when we invest in the community development, we are building a strong and healthier community. And what we want to make sure is that the CSR projects or the activities we design for the community, that should not be a company driven, but it should be community owned. How we do it, and how do we make sure that the projects that we implement in the community are the community owned? So what we do is, we make sure there's 100% involvement from the community. We create community level communities in the society, and we involve the community from the beginning to end, like from designing the project to implementation of the project. So we make sure that the community design the project, and then they are part of the implementation of the project, and they also do impact assessment. So before going through the professional organization to conduct impact study, we also ask our community people to conduct impact study, so that the projects which we implement through our company are highly valuable and highly impactful for the community. This is how we make sure that the communities are impacted, and the CSR activities which we are doing in the community are not only for the community but for the they are the part of our business ecosystem. And at the last, I also would like to add one more point. The activities when we are measuring the CSR, we should not only measure the CSR by the amount that we spent for the CSR, but also the impact that we create through the project initiatives. Say, for example, the number of households connected with the access to water, drinking water, or whatever, our health additions, and the number of youth trained, and number of farmers trained. And when we are talking about the training, it is not only the number of the training that we are giving, but also we should, if you are training the youth, we should make sure that the number of youth they are got into employment, they are earning the income. So this is how we should make sure and make a part of our business core component ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetanji. Actually, very lightly and very interesting, he elaborated that every organization should have correlate before doing their business for making a sustainable business, not only for profit. Every activities they have to engage their community to their project sustainability development in their community as well as the inside also plant also. So he has also very good mentioned that they are involving the community to their project, and sustainable community owned project as well as the ecosystem, maintain a balanced ecosystem in their surroundings. So they are building up, they are never lifting the society in their business. So next I come to the Madam Anuja. How can your organization transition CSR from a side initiative to a core component of their business model without compromising the profitability? The same question I am asking to Madam Anuja, because Madam Anuja belongs to a leader and founder of their sustainable foundation, and Mr. Chetan belongs to a core business manufacturing the high pollutant in industry. So that is different activities should be correlate to each other. So
Thank you, Dr. Siba. Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be here, and a very big thank you to the CSR World Forum for getting us all together annually again and again, so that we may steer CSR in our country in a collective, sort of meaningful manner. I am a student of law and development, and looking back 20 years ago, when we started with privatization, disinvestment was the hottest topic for every lawyer. When I was working at the Planning Commission, the government was very clear. We are going to be stepping back as business providers and service providers. It's now up to the private sector. So we took this on very willingly. Privatization did sort of bring with it everything that it promised. It brought efficiencies, it brought jobs, it brought competition, it's brought infrastructure. Today we have the Atal Setu, we have these airports, we have the AI summit happening here. But we also have job losses. We have jobs disappearing faster than they are being created. We have tree cover and forests disappearing faster than anybody can plant. These are our natural resources. These are our human resources. And all of us, as humans, as businesses, as organizations, we have to take responsibility. In 2013, this is when the CSR regulations came into being. This is when we were birthed as an industry. Today we are 13. We are entering into our teenage years, enough for floundering. If now we stop considering as philanthropy, as impact, and start looking at this as a financial investment into the future, this is when it's going to be strategic. Whether we are strategically investing in human resources, which the companies are going to need, which the country is going to need. Whether we think of this as a strategic investment in the environment. I've seen in my own projects the sort of return on investment that you get when you plant a forest, when you're going to do rainwater harvesting. This is what I would say when we start looking at this as an integrated whole and not as disconnected industries or just as a band-aid. If we are going to look at this as a strategic investment into our future, this is when it's going to become part of the business decision making. So I'm going to urge all of us here to take a more proactive role, to speak at the boardroom, to sort of say, listen, this is no longer philanthropy, this is our future that we are talking about. So, yeah.
Thank you, Madam Manuja. And you are rightly say that every business organization should strategically plan their environmental and social responsibility towards sustainability, community development. And next my panelist is Mr. Krishna Mohan Devi. And we have discussed both two cases, and it is a unique and advanced technology and data-driven impact to the CSR. So I request to Mr. Krishna Mohan Devi that if as companies to integrate AI into their business planning, what new social responsibility do they have regarding data privacy, algorithmic bias, and labor displacement?
Thank you, Dr. Siba. Good morning, everyone. I represent a technology company called Cyient. We globally deliver technology in engineering domain. So we all know that AI is not merely a technological shift, it's primarily a social shift. That's what we as an organization believe in. So earlier we were thinking only AI to be enabled or embedded into your business strategy, primarily enhancing the capabilities or AI capabilities of your workforce who are working with the company, and see that they do well in the current trends. Otherwise, they may lose their jobs over a period of time. So that is the imperative last 2-3 years when people start using ChatGPTs and various AI tools, etc. But it's not primarily a technology shift. What we realize is a social shift. How we are making our communities also learn AI in such a way that you get a seamless workforce from the community. So with that reason, we have embedded AI into our social interventions. I can talk probably sometime later about our social interventions in AI. Coming to the question right now, Dr. Siba said, when AI is coming into the play, and data privacy is very, very important, because sometimes when you go to any marketplace, when you share your number, so you start getting all the spam calls, right? So now, if you're going to a social space like CSR, you collect a lot of inputs or data, information from the beneficiaries. So data privacy is very, very important. You cannot have the community beneficiaries' Aadhaar or maybe any of their personal information being shared, right? So that data privacy is very, very important as AI is coming into play. So when it is coming into social environment or social activities. Second thing, so ethical data stewardship is very imperative. For example, a company like us, we are working with various skill development programs. Annually, we train around 2,000 beneficiaries on skilling. So all the 2,000 beneficiaries data is with us. You must be ethically utilizing the data, and you must be very sensibly responsible for the data collection and data privacy. How much you treat your data privacy of your customers in the organization or the intellectual property rights. Similarly, you must be very ethical and responsible for the data stewardship. That's one thing to answer Dr. Siba's question. And second thing is inclusiveness. So when the data is being collected, everybody start using AI now. It's very easy to run some of the tools to understand or come to a conclusion or running some of the data analytics tools by using AI. It has a definite bias. Why it has a definite bias is AI is the one which works on your prompting. Based on your prompting, you may get data or in a bias out of your point of view. That's called confirmative bias. For example, me as a Krishna Devi, I'm asking ChatGPT or maybe any of the tool to talk something good about me or my profile. On a confirmative bias, it gives all good words. So that way, when you are running these data analytics on the data, you should not get into a kind of place that it will give you, any biased information about communities or maybe their beneficiaries, poverty line, whatever it is. You call it as, because when you are running the data, you also find out that who are economically weak or who are below poverty line or their social economic standards. It should not give you any biased information so that you get into a misjudgmental manner so that you start working on the communities which are not needed that kind of support. So you must be very careful when you are using this AI into bias. And the third one is workforce transition. So primarily as an organization, we operate in 22 countries. So we all know that every day we are teaching some of the AI tools to our employees, and so that we are transiting from this workforce from legacy technologies to AI embedded tools and technologies. Similarly, we should do the transition of the society also, Dr. Sibaji. What we are thinking is, when you are going to the community, enable them and transit them from traditional working to AI-enabled working. So these are the three things which are needed. One is data privacy, as you rightly mentioned. We should have ethical stewardship around it, and there should not be any bias, because when you are prompting with AI, you should bring in that human values and see that it's not having any bias into it. And the workplace transition. As much as workplace, you need to also have a transition in the society. So that's what is the 3 points which I want to make.
Thank you so much. Because today this is AI, so definitely we will go for CSR activity AI, but be cautious about that, because your data should not be theft or should not be biased. So actually, he has rightly pointed out that it should be ethical and responsible utilize the data, and maybe the conformity bias and workforce transition, as well as if you implement the IPR and ND also. So these three things are 4 things you have to taking care when you have to implement in your AI prospects to your community aspects. So very nicely, thank you, Mr. Krishnamohanji. And next I come to Mr. Chetanji. And because we have discussed about the strategic integration and business value, and next onwards, if you after so many decades, and if you are mandatory CSR in region like India, so are your company regularly or genuinely committed to social changes, or just checking regulatory boxes? You are doing your job for maintaining the regulatory aspects. So can you explain some glimpses to social and community sustainability beyond the regulatory boxes for just compliance, anything else for your manufacturing activity?
Thank you for the question. CSR Companies Act in 2013 was a very landmark change, tremendous change. In the early years, it was fair to say that there were some companies they used to focus only on the compliance requirement and meeting 2% requirement of CSR. But from the last decade, there has been a tremendous change that many companies are working very seriously. And as I mentioned in my previous question, the CSR is not only the compliance management now, but it is a very strategic move for the many companies. So in that case, even the recent changes in the CSR also making the CSR compliance not as a requirement, but as a responsible CSR for many companies. Nowadays, many companies, they are taking CSR compliance as a responsible CSR towards community development, and there are CSR committees, and they are also working on the impact study, baseline study. They have taken very seriously, and it is not they are not just checking regulatory, but they are utilizing the CSR as their strategic move. And being a production company, as I have mentioned, many of the companies, they are going beyond 2% spend. They are not only looking at the CSR spend that they are investing on the community, but to make sure that the community is impacted at the high level and they are getting the support from the community, and they can also talk the impact of the community at the state level, at the government level, so that even at the government level also the companies will get the support from the government system. So all these changes, even the recent changes also are helping the companies to make sure that they are taking it as a responsible CSR and taking it as a chance to make some changes in the community, but not as a regulatory in the CSR compliance.
Thank you so much. You are rightly point out that though regulatory point of view you are being complied or you are complying all these things, but beyond compliance you have to thought your mind that what is required of your society, and definitely every organization is going beyond the compliance, because we are thinking our prospects point of view, our periphery point of view, or our society point of view, community demand, because without community you cannot sustain your business. So definitely everybody are doing, and Mr. Chetan rightly explained that things, and also he has mentioned that strategic movement of your business, you have to overcome that one. You are also taking in the planning whenever you are developing a business in any project of your community. Thank you. And next, Madam Anuja, I will go to that, because you know there are lots of natural calamities is coming and devastating everything in your environment. So that is nature related risk is coming. So if you will feel that your should the environmental nature related risk be categorized on the social responsibility or as a separate core financial risk in 2026?
Thank you. It's a very pertinent question in the current times that we are all in. It's our lived environment. We all experience it together, collectively, irrespective of socio-economic strata. So whether environmental and nature-related risks, can they be moved to a financial risk? My personal opinion is that it has to always continue to be a part of our social responsibility, whether as an individual, whether as an organization. Again, we can take it a step further, where as the CSR, we can probably also discuss the impact of whatever is the business, whether it's AI, it's cloud, it's computing, it's steel. I mean, these are all things that our country needs. We all are using this. But is there a way to do this better? And I know that we are moving, whether it's an Ultratech or a Tata Steel or a Cient, we are moving towards better means of sourcing, better means of production. But I'd say as CSR, maybe we can push this a little further. Yes, India is one of the most vulnerable large economies. In 2023, we lost 1.6 billion USD in nature-related damages. In 2025, this has been the most costly year for the world at large because of nature-related risks. When I'm traveling across the country, I see cows feeding in plastic which is strewn across the streets. Rivers which we considered sacred are looking more like sewage pits. The air is full of toxic fumes. But I also know that if we want, we can solve problems. We have President Macron, the AQI from 220 in Mumbai is today 61. I know that we can solve the problems when we really do decide. So are there financial risks? Yes. Supply chains are being disrupted, power supplies are being disrupted, infrastructure losses are happening, labor productivity is going down, insurance claims are increasing. So yes, these matters. We have carbon credits coming in, we have ESG, we have the international standards. Europe prefers to source from companies which are more sustainable. So yes, this is also a matter of the balance sheet. It's also a matter of finance. The 2% CSR will not be able to fulfill this. It needs to continue as CSR, but it also needs to find a place on the balance sheet. Again, I'll give you some examples from my projects. We're working on a place which is a religious tourist site. Footfalls had been decreasing because this is in Rajasthan. We have planted over 50,000 trees in this particular location. Temperatures within the forest are 5 to 6 degrees cooler. The number of tourists which come to the temple and then they move straight to the forest is almost fascinating. The rainwater is being harvested. So this area, which is, it's a desert, we've always struggled with water. In this particular region, the rainwater is getting stored. So they are able to provide this water for the tourists. At the Mopa airport, we've planted 50,000 trees. Employees are going there just to hang out. You know, it makes it, your productivity is going to naturally improve. At the JNPT port, we have planted over 1.5 lakh trees. A lot of the dust which was just flying around has reduced. It's the SEZ. Investors are becoming more interested in coming into this SEZ. So yes, again, if we reframe this as infrastructure, these low-cost nature solutions are infrastructure.
Yes.
They are cooling. They are water. They are fresh air. So when we look at it like this, it will also be a part of the financial risk and the financial investment.
Okay, fine. Madam Anuja has rightly pointed out that nature-based calamity is happening that will devastate the nature. Not only nature, we all are everybody has responsibility in the society to build and cooperate and community benefit. We have to join our hands to develop the society. And also indirectly also financial risk, because financial impact and burden will come out to develop and again rebuild it. So both can be impacted. Then I will go to Mr. Krishnamohan. Again, I will ask regarding the AI perspective of you. How can artificial intelligence be used to move beyond activity reporting to tracking outcome-based social results in real time?
Very good question, Dr. Siva. Now, each and every organization from foundations or trusts to corporates like us, everybody is using AI as one of the tools for that, and tools availability also in that manner. So at Scient, the response to AI disruption in two ways. We are responding to AI disruption in two ways. One, enabling the workforce, organization workforce, by providing AI tools and technology, training, certifications, etc. Similarly, Scient Foundation, a CSR arm of Scient, who does the social responsibility work in the community, is also responding to AI disruption by enabling communities or societies on AI. So if you look at our programs in the current year, I talk about Honorable Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji inaugurated two of our facilities. One is AI-enabled Center of Excellence for Skilling in Nagaland, Dimapur. So when we are enabling AI, not a traditional kind of trainings will not do any benefit to the community now. It's primarily what helps them is how you use AI in their traditional skilling. So that way we are embedding AI into skilling, the one at PM Lanka, which is in Andhra Pradesh, Narsapur. So there also we enabled AI Center of Excellence for drone technology like agri-tech and aquatech, digital marketing and e-commerce, and AI skilling and robotics. So these things will help when the students from 10th standard or 6th standards to know what is AI all about. Not that when they come out of the colleges, they must be searching what is this AI all about, and they're probably learning something a bit about it. Now, not only we are enabling AI into our skill programs, we are utilizing AI for measuring. That's what is happening right now. We are measuring the impact by using AI. Here are two dimensions for it. One is not only that we use AI to monitor and also measure, we also create a proper outcome-based impact reports by using AI now. Earlier, creating a dashboard is very tough. If you want to create a dashboard of your activity, probably what are the things which you probably look into it? What are the activities? How many people participated and how much money you spent, and what is the basic numbers which would be capturing by using your dashboards. Now, preparing dashboards has become very easy by using an AI. And I no need to go for a technology company for me to develop a great AI dashboard. Now I can use, I can use AI technology to build a dashboard for me. So what are the components I need? I am also bringing into employability, and also what is the income generated from the community, and how the job retention once the training is done, how the communities are being flourishing later our interventions. All those things can be measured. Whatever you need, you can create a key performance indicator for it, and you start putting into AI tools. It's become very easy for us now. How we are doing it is, for example, I take one of the courses which we are doing in Nagaland. So the students, when we go through it, they log in their number of hours by using their LMS in AI. So when they go through the course, the automatically number of hours which they got trained are being tracked into AI. You get an impact that how much money you put into this course and how many number of hours been trained. And second thing, soon the completion of the training is done. There is a test can be conducted by using the same LMS, by using AI tools. And the test scores also will come to you saying that, what is the outcome of your training program? How many people participated? What is the percentage of learning? Whether they learned well or not? What is the skill level? So everything can be measured in AI and it will be put into your dashboard. It's very easy. Earlier it was very tough. People has to go and collect the information on a physical copies, punch into Excel files and put into this system. Now it's become very easy. Second thing is once the skill gap is identified, you can do the reskilling and give a certification by using a test, which is also AI-enabled test online, then followed by the employment. You can easily track. Earlier, once the training is done, once the offer letter is been issued, you do not know where they go, how long they worked in the companies, what is the retention and everything. Now the same AI tools, it's very easy for them by using a mobile app. They can put in there that how many number of months they are working in the same company and the feedback about the company. So are they working for longer time in the company or maybe shorter time? The reasons of quitting the company for shorter time. So if any skill program I'm talking about, it's become very easy for us to create a dashboard and to publish. So AI has become very key for us. Not only monitoring or creating reports. That's what SIBA is.
Thank you, Krishna-ji. Nicely explained that today's date you can implement the AI and monitor your real-time work at site and position also. Everything you can monitor real-time through your database and your work is going on real at site or not. What are the feedback, community feedback, immediately you can get. So this will be great helpful and the technology driven on the AI on today's basis. So now, as on that, everything we have mentioned here, strategic interactions, technological intervention, as well as risk and global changes about the CSR perspective view. Everything in your mind to take a sustainable business, to develop a project, integrate with your business plan. Thank you so much. I request to audience if you have any question, you can put.
You can invite me to Delhi. Right now I'm working in Bombay. In Bombay we have planted over 50,000 trees in different BMC gardens. And I can tell you again through experience, in the heat of Bombay summer, when I go into any of these parks, I feel really happy. It's a lot cooler, I can breathe.
I can feel that. We can too, what is coming in my mind, that we have to inculcate this habit to each individual in residential area to have certain pots planted in every house to at least.
Yes, I would say that is definitely individual responsibility. But when we are looking at a collective level,
to encourage by the government as well as the subsidy companies and all who can just push through.
Okay, so this what you're suggesting is more of a volunteering. Yes, honestly, all of us NGO people, we're always doing a lot of advocacy, a lot of protesting. This is just part of our nature. We are speaking to the government, we're pushing for these kind of things. But frankly, for this problem to be solved very really,
Here just Madam already described
and second question to you, sir. Yes. See, AI is definitely an enabler, but it is a very challenging for Gen Z.
Yes.
Because it is degrading the imagination power.
Right.
IQ level I can see in my personal ward.
Yes. Yes, definitely, sir. This which we are addressing very gently and cautiously, because when Honorable Prime Minister in 2014 said Digital India, we were start talking about training the youth and women, adults and everybody and how to use these digital devices. Until that time, if you see in 2014, none of the community people who are of elderly of 60, 65 years of age, they are not even seeing the computers. Yes. So when we start Digital India, National Digital Literacy Mission has come into play, and we start going to the mass communities, setting up these digital centers, bringing the community women, adults primarily, and teaching them on computer basics, how to use this, use basic Googling, Google search, etc. And also how to enable them on e-commerce, and also help them on e-governance particularly. So not necessarily that we never stood in a line to pay electricity bill, but they did. So the people who are not digitally literated. So now we are taking up the role of AI enablement. Similarly, what we have done in 2014 till 2022 is primarily on Digital India, making them digitally aware of things. Now, since 2023 onwards, we are doing this AI literacy now. It's primarily, it should come from the school level itself, sir, because as you rightly mentioned, Gen Zs, are very keen on this. So we wanted to bring from school level, from 6th standards onwards, bring the STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and also AI, coding, like gamification of coding, Python coding, and also some of the components like robotics, how a sensors works, and etc. All those things we are bringing. At the same time, at a community level, who are 40, 45 years, 50 years old, who do not know how to operate a smart device like our kids did. So we start doing a gamification for them, because it's videos helps them understand better. So we created so much of big libraries around it. We start putting some of the videos, how these AI can help them. So otherwise they can learn quickly and move on. The kid would do better than us. You rightly mentioned the same with me. My daughter does better than me on a smartphone. So that way, we are helping the communities, also bringing AI enablement into them, teaching them on basic AI, how AI is going to work in a gamification mode, in a video, audio mode.
I think you have answered particularly, and one just will conclude here. Just I am saying you, how many of you of a year when you are purchasing a flat, and how many of you are investigating that this flat whether is a eco-friendly flat, number one. Number two, when you are installing a AC, what kind of gas you are using in this AC? 5-star, whether it is R22 or R134, whether it is an ODS or non-ODS. How many of you, including me?
Right.
So plantation the prime factor, but the thing is that number will be less. Many people are not thinking that flat is less price, immediately purchase it. पैसा है purchase कर देना है, okay. But बात में क्या होता है, एक flat में जब many people will come together, then we have to dance there, okay. So many problems will come. So on that time we will to think that अरे environment, nature ऐसे होना था ऐसे नहीं. But before that, when you are plan to purchase, just a message, you have to think about whether it is eco-friendly or not. Thank you so much.
Absolutely right.
We have to conclude here.
Yeah,
And we'll discuss any
some
question at
there.
lunch time.
There's a question there. Yeah.
Actually, because time is short.
Yeah, actually, this question coming beyond, the India. So I'm from Sri Lanka, I'm Sudeshan City. So, you're talking about the fumes, dusty environments. So, in New Delhi issue goes to Colombo. While you are polluting, while the entire process is polluting, so it is affecting to Sri Lanka. We get a lot of clouds, as well as the TDS level is going up. So the health condition of the people are decreasing, and so what is the plan? How we are going to handle the?
So right now, while we are meeting here in CSR, there is the Mumbai Climate Week, which is happening just in the neighborhood at the Geo Convention Center. We have actually people from WRI, we have all of the BMC, we have government officials, we have people from UNEP, Mr. Martin Kraus, who's the head. He's sort of advised how we can use low-cost nature solutions, clean industrial manufacturing, even in the farming practices, right? Like what you're mentioning in Delhi. All of this is coming together. For me, when I look at it, it's a natural sort of evolution, a process. We are going to have to do it much faster because we don't have the time like Europe and US did. We're just going to have to pick up our pace on the environmental work which we are doing. I'm sorry that Sri Lanka is suffering because of us.
Thank you so much. I think we have to close here, and any further discussion can be done later on due to time constraint. Thank you so much. Thank you.